Hey, what is up guys? My name is Griefdrums, and in today's video, we're talking Mira. So I've been playing Mira a hell of a lot since she was released. I'm really enjoying this character. She is such a formidable operator at the minute. However, there's a lot of people that are also using her, and using her incorrectly from what I can see. Moreover, the teammates that I've been playing alongside just don't understand how formidable she can be, and are in fact hindering her. Her black mirrors are an incredible weapon, if used correctly. However, everyone seems to be just trying to get one cheeky kill and in turn ends up screwing the whole team over. So today I wanted to take a look at exactly how I think she should be played and how I have got the best results with her, and also take a look at the things that people are doing wrong that are hindering her. Now to start off, Mira is a sight defender. There is no doubting it. She is a 1 speed, 3 armor operator, and she is designed to sit around the objective. Her guns are phenomenal. The Vector is just a ridiculously good gun with a stupidly high rate of fire. It only does minimal damage, but that rate of fire just makes it a headshot machine. She also comes stacked with a second primary weapon, which is an ITA-12L, which is the long variant, and a secondary weapon, which is a short variant. Now, both of these are shotguns, and although I've not actually used the long variant, the short is just incredible. The punch that it packs, the sound of it is a beast of a secondary weapon, and one that I've really enjoyed using. She also comes with a secondary weapon, which is a pistol. I'll be completely honest, I haven't used this at all. I've just been so obsessed with the shotgun. For making holes in walls and stuff like that, random kill holes that you want later on in the round, or if you need to open a hatch, it's perfect to have as a secondary. As far as her gadgets go, she also comes with a shield or a nitro. I personally have been running with the nitro, but there will be a time and a place for the shield as well. So as by now we will all know, the black mirrors can be placed on reinforced walls and unreinforced walls. I'm yet to find a time in which you would want to put it on an unreinforced wall, if I'm completely honest, as it can be taken out by pretty much anything. As soon as you remove that wall with an ash round or a sledge hit or anything like that, it can just literally disappear. It just falls away and gets destroyed. When it comes to placing it on a reinforced wall, you'll be interested to find out that you cannot actually put it on this side of the wall. What this means is that if you're reinforcing a room for your teammates, have a think about which side of the wall that you're reinforcing and where Mira may want to place her gadget. Because we've been not solo queuing, but there's only been 2 or 3 of us on for the past few days, we've been playing with a lot of randoms, and some of the walls they seal from a random side, you think, you've literally just cut off an entire line of sight that we could have had there. It becomes really frustrating. A perfect example is this wall that I'm using here. If it had been reinforced normally from the opposite side, I wouldn't have been able to get this line of sight to look out onto the garage door or the stairs. So just think about where you're putting reinforcements up and which way they're facing. Which way do you want to be looking? You know, you can even double check with them. If you're not on a mic, put a ping on it, have a look at Mira, see if she's happy for you to reinforce that area of the wall. When placing them as Mira, there are 2 ways to deploy them. You can either chuck it up willy-nilly onto the reinforcement, which a lot of people seem to be doing. The only downside to this is by chucking it up any old way, you get a great big side here. Now, this may not be a problem for most people because they're reinforcing both the left and the right-hand side. However, what I've been doing is trying to place it as far over to the left or the right as possible. Now, if you watched the Rainbow Six Invitational, you will have seen that Serenity was doing that, and there is a reason for it. By putting this as far over to the side as you can, there will be a minimal gap between the Mira and the unreinforced wall that you have left alone. By leaving this wall unreinforced, you can pre-fire spots that you have seen people coming towards. This has been so frustrating for me playing as Mira, because people see a Mira on a reinforced wall and just go ahead and reinforce the wall to the side of it. This becomes a massive hindrance. You can see the enemy and you can get intel on them, which is fantastic, but you can't really do anything about it without opening the window. By popping this little red thing at the bottom here, it removes the glass, which is a great addition in the game, and it's something that is probably put in there just to troll people. So many of the people that I've played alongside have quite literally seen one person pop this open, shot them, and either killed them or died, and then the defenders have a great big Hibana-sized hole in their reinforcement. The whole feature of that big red bottle under the window works as like a giant magnet for dicks. People just cannot resist shooting it and opening it to get that kill, and they just end up screwing their team over. It's hilarious. Of course, there is a time and a place to open these. There is no doubt in my mind that, you know, it is a fantastic addition and there is a time to do it. Normally, that's at the very end of a round when someone's trying to push a corridor and you either want to shit them up or you want to pre-fire them as the window drops. There are several videos out there on YouTube of people baiting these windows to open. They'll sit in front of it, someone will crack the window open, and as soon as that's done, the attackers now have the advantage because they can see right the way into the room. These mirrors are at their most effective when they are used to scare and intimidate the enemy. This can quite literally lock down entire corridors by just being there and you showing a little bit of presence every now and then on the unreinforced wall to the side. You're not going to want to push down a corridor, especially if it's a long corridor with a long line of sight, if there's a mirror at the end of it and someone keeps pre-firing you at the side of it. You're not going to go down there, and if you do, you're going to die pretty quickly. In this particular clip here, you can see that I opened it in the dying seconds of the game. Now, I'd already been pre-firing them, I'd already shit them up a little bit, and they didn't really want to push, but they had to. This then made it even worse for them to push, as there was a great big hole at the end of it that someone was shooting through. So there is a time and a place to do this. At the beginning of the round is not it. Not unless there are 5 attackers out there with their backs turned towards you. So please, please heed my advice. Stop opening these at the beginning of the round for a free kill. The next frustrating thing about these black mirrors is when fast 3-speed operators hog it. Now I know that sounds stupid, it really does. But as Mira, you are a 1-speed operator, and there are several other 1-speed operators that you may well have defending sight. Yes, the addition of Jackal has scared off a lot of wannabe roamers, but people like Bandit shouldn't really be hogging this glass when Mira is sat there. She can't exactly go running around the map or move from site to site quickly. Bandit can, he's got the ability to do that. Now I'm not saying Bandit shouldn't use this, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, this guy sitting there and opening it up just meant that I became redundant and was floating between 2 places. Luckily he couldn't shoot straight, so I ended up getting the kills and sort of helping him out. But it just becomes really frustrating. Have a think about where you're placing your black mirrors. You want to create the longest line of sight possible over the widest area. A lot of times people will place this on the garage doors, for example. What I've really been enjoying doing is placing it further back, looking onto the garage doors. So when they open, which is inevitable, the attackers then cannot push into the room because they know that you're behind staring out at them. Again, I'm not saying don't use this on garage doors. If you're bandit tricking, it is a perfect thing to do. I wouldn't waste both of them. I'd maybe just put one on there so you can see if Thermite or Hibana is trying to get the left or the right or the middle. You can see what's going on. So bandit can utilize that. But while placing it further back, if the wall does go, your team then has an opportunity to light them up from a little bit of a safer distance. By creating long lines of sight, you can lock down a larger area. As you can see here, I've placed them in Hereford, actually in the armory itself, further back, so I can have a look over the entire part of the lockers, the projector, and the ladder room at the same time. Now, you'll have to excuse my skills on paint, but these pictures pretty much show the kind of thing I'm talking about. They create a long line of sight to stop any sort of advancing from the enemy towards the objective, and you can overlook, if you're playing bomb, other objectives as well. This is kind of like creating a hole between the two. Obviously it's not a rotation hole, but it's got a similar sort of effect. You can actually shoot through it or near it and lock down that site. This particular one from the hostage room on Oregon downstairs in the laundry overlooks all of the laundry. You can see the hatch, you can see the stairs, and you can see all of that room. And if the window does happen to get opened by Twitch or someone else, you're not losing a whole lot. You lose access to that cupboard, but that's about it. Hopefully this has helped you out, and with the operators now being available for everybody, hopefully anyone that uses her is going to heed some of this advice and actually use her to her, you know, fullest potential as opposed to wasting this operator. She really is like an on-site defensive Valkyrie, you know, she's phenomenal. She can provide so much intel to the team. She'll let you know whether people are coming from the left or the right, and it allows people to cover so many different angles. So hopefully in the coming weeks, she actually does change the meta as opposed to just hindering us and getting in the way for being on defense. No doubt, those of you solo queuing, if you take her, you're going to get team killed by other people, so please just breathe when this happens. And those of you that are doing the team killing, stop being such a dick, just deal with it. You missed her on that particular round. Get over it. You can't play as the new operator every single round, every single game. So, you know, it's going to happen. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up. If you don't already, hit that subscribe button for all things Rainbow Six, as well as some Ghost Recon Wildlands. But until next time, guys, stay reckless and relentless.